Have you ever tried African food before? If not, stay tuned. Now, when I was given the opportunity to learn how to cook African food by my friend Melissa, who is half Ghanaian, I immediately accepted the offer and went shopping. I went to grab my palm oil and different cuts of meats and vegetables in addition to provision to make eba or fufu, sweet potato leaf stew, and Kelewele, which is Ghanaian style fried plantain. Now, what I absolutely love about African cooking is its similarity to Caribbean cooking. They use a lot of whole foods, fruits, vegetables, spices, herbs in their cooking that ensures not only the right nutrients are dispersed into the body, but the taste comes out in the food. We started off the day's cooking session with the sweet potato leaf stew. So we first started by adding some coconut oil to a pot and allowing it to heat. Then added our grated or chopped onions and garlic and allowing them to saute for 2 minutes. Stir to prevent burning. Then you simply add your pre-cooked meat to the mix. In this instance, it was the pre-cooked cow heel that was seasoned just with salt. If you want to attempt making this dish by yourself, you can use any type of meat that you wish, from cow heel to goat, beef, tripe, whatever tickles your fancy. In my instance, I used cow heel, goat, smoked herring, which is a staple in African cooking, as well as chicken. I added some flavor pepper powder and some ginger powder and allowed the cow heel mixture just to simmer while the other meats were ready. So now it's on to my second type of meat, which is the goat. I do the process again by sauteing the onion and the garlic and allowing them to do so for 2 minutes. Then I add the goat and stir until it simmers to a really nice flavorful mixture. Did I mention that the goat was also pre-cooked? Yes, I added some of the excess water that was left over after I drained the cow heel to just add a little bit more flavor to the goat. And this is the cow heel water that I'm using to simmer the goat. My flavor pepper powder added an extra bit of flavor. And this is one ingredient that I don't usually use, but I found that it adds some more flavor to the dish. It's the Norse vegetable stock that is free of MSG. And of course, a hot pepper that will add a little bit of heat and zing to the dish. Now it's time to get our sweet potato leaves ready. These sweet potato leaves I picked from my own garden, so they are free from chemicals and pesticides. I noticed that the Africans cut up their sweet potato leaves with the stems, so I did just that. Just simply cut up your sweet potato leaves evenly and finely so that they cook well. Now it's all done, finely chopped and ready to be added to the pot. I also noticed that they use a lot of red onions and ginger, so I added that to my fresh chicken and allowed it to simmer until the chicken was half cooked. And when it was half cooked, I added my cooked cow heel and goat to that mixture and allowed the fusion of flavors to blend together. And now the addition of the famous palm oil. Guys, if you've never used palm oil in your cooking, listen, you need to. I am linking that in the description down below where you can get it on Amazon so that you know what it feels like to use palm oil in your cooking. Now I added my boneless smoked herring that was softened using a little bit of hot water and boiled a little to remove some of the salt. And once all of that was added, I just brought everything together Then added some more ginger powder to the mix, as well as my chopped sweet potato leaves. Oh my god, guys, doesn't this look good? Just send a comment to me down below in the description so I know you're feeling the energy right now. All you need to do now is to give your pot a nice good stir, just to combine everything so that the sweet potato leaves cook evenly and all the flavors are fused together to just one coherent pot. Let me add here, guys, that no additional water was added to this pot. All the water that you're seeing here was generated from the cooking process. There was no need to add any additional water. And now we're convinced that the sweet potato leaves are cooked and ready. We're done. Now it's on to the finishing stages of our eba. You can also make fufu if you have the fresh cassava on hand. Here Melissa is doing her thing by twirling the eba so that it's ready for consumption. And this is the finished product, guys. The eba, sweet potato leaf stew, and kelewele. Now if you want to see how we made both the eba and the kelewele, drop a comment down below in the description. Now Melissa and I sat down to enjoy this meal. Originally, we weren't going to eat because we had both had a late breakfast, and because we both eat natural foods, we were still full from a heavy nutritious breakfast. But after the flavor and the scent that was coming and the aroma that was coming out from this meal, listen, we had to sit down and taste this meal. My anticipation was building that I washed both my hands. Now when African eating, they only wash the right hand, the hand that they're eating with, but I was so bloody excited that I washed my both hands. Then Melissa showed me how it's done, and of course I had to do it again. So Melissa is dishing out a portion of shito for me. Now shito is like a spicy smoked herring thingy that I found it was so tasty, guys. If you also want to learn how to make shito, drop a comment down below, guys. You would not be disappointed. Now look at my expression after this first bite, guys. The feeling was like an orgasmic feeling. I just could not get enough of this taste. It was something that I've never tasted before, and the way how all the flavors came together, it was like, I can't even describe it. You have to taste this thing for yourself. And if you also want to learn how to make this meal, guys, I know I'm telling you to comment a lot because I know why I'm telling you to comment. You would also want to get this same feeling. Drop a comment down below if you would be interested in learning how to cook this food, and not just this meal, but any type of African food. Melissa, I'm sure, will be happy to oblige. Just to recap what we have on our plates here, there's eba, which is made from fermented cassava or gari. There is kelewele, or the Ghanaian style fried plantain, that is fried with ginger and onion. It's pretty much seasoned and then marinated and fried. And of course the sweet potato leaf stew that has a combination of different types of meats and the sweet potato leaves, in addition to other spices and herbs and everything nice. That's all. Oh, as well as the shito that brings the whole African Ghanaian type meal to a climax. Now Melissa was having so much fun with my expressions. She just could not she could not help herself. She was breaking out into a sweat, and that sweat was not coming from the spiciness of the shito. No, she was just having a laugh over my expressions. I just could not stop calling her name because she just helped me to create a meal that I knew I was going to be cooking for my family for Christmas dinner. Yes, I was going to make pilau for Christmas 2022, but now it's going to be eba and cassava leaf stew with kelewele and shito. Guys, so if you want to come to my house for Christmas dinner, just drop a comment down below and you are going to be on my special list of invitees. No, but seriously guys, you cannot miss out on learning how to cook this meal. It's something that was just different, and I love learning new things when it comes to my hobbies and interests. I love doing different things out of the ordinary, and that's what the spice of life is about. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.